Oh yeah, we're solid. Look how easy this is to stretch, okay? Lots and lots of tack solutions, lots of fizzy bubbles, okay? Pull it across. Keep your hand over top. We have a recess here. I'm gonna show you how to do that, but let's get in here. Yeah, that was beyond easy. Got to finish up the top here. Here we go. Today, I'm going to show you how to PPF tint your lights. On this car, we're going to be doing the tail lights. This is in light smoke tint, and this is a new product from VViViD. So this is a hybrid installation material, or TPU. So you can install this wet or dry. So dry meaning no slip solution underneath, and this is going to be dry installation. I'm going to press hard. You're probably not even going to notice if it's clear or not on this. Wet meaning slip solution underneath. I already have everything ready. When you get this, it's going to come in, I think 10 or 30 feet. It's 16 inches tall or wide, whatever. Well, wide is the length. It's going to come in a box like this. It's going to be whatever you ordered, 10, 15, 20, 30 feet. You're going to be able to install this dry. Now, I'm going to show you both when it comes to this. Personally speaking, I feel like wet installation is going to be better. If I find that dry installation is the way to go, then by all means, we can do more complex lights with dry installation. We'll see how it goes. This is the product here. And how do we know that it's a hybrid installation material? Well, because first of all, the air pattern is extremely tiny. You cannot even see it, but you can hear that sound. That sound means that there is an air release pattern in the adhesive. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to place this on top of the car. This is already wrapped. Now I can see that it looks foggy, okay? So I don't want that because it's going to go away, but I don't want my customer picking up the car with foggy lights. So I want it to go down clean and clear, which is going to be wet installation. Let's bring you in a little closer so you can see this. And I'm going to scratch this. So this is how we know it's TPU, okay? We're going to scratch this with a metal brush, metal bristles. And then we're going to heat it up. Let's get right in there. All right. So there's already some swirl marks in it from squeezing it. You can maybe see some of the hazing. Push down. If I push down actually harder, it goes really clear. So maybe just my squeegee's not firm enough. Oh yeah, it goes down super clear. Okay, so dry installation, again, could be the way to go. You cleared up a lot. Now there's a lot of swirl marks in this, and again, I'm not sure if you can see that, but let's scratch this with a brass brush. Let's try not to hit the wrap that's already there. It's PPF anyways, but I don't want to hit it anyways. Okay. Tons and tons of swirl marks in there, tons of scratches. Let's get the camera off the tripod so I can find an angle and show you. Zoom back a little bit too close. Okay, so we can see all of those scratches there. I have the heat gun right here. And we're gonna heat it. Oh yeah, look at it go. Amazing. Okay, so you can see just how a little bit of heat cleaned all that up entirely. This is how we know it's TPU. We're gonna do the third brake light. Let's get right in there. And this will be done very quickly because it won't take long. And this is gonna be dry installation. Don't put your fingers behind the area that you're tinting because it will leave fingerprints. And then I'm gonna press hard. You're probably not even gonna notice if it's clear or not on this. If it's got any fogginess to it because it's such a small area. Okay, that was very easy. We don't have to wait for anything to dry at this point. So what do? We trim it out. Got a fresh blade. And we're gonna run our blade along the edge. Maybe I can get you zoomed in a bit more for this, so you get all the detail. Cool. I'm keeping my blade angled slightly up away from the edge because it's going to help the material sit back from the edge slightly. This way it doesn't overhang and build up dirt and so forth. It's not like vinyl where we can heat it and shrink it around afterwards. So we do want to make sure that we don't have any overhang. Okay, let's just go from here. Let's poke in here. I'll do the corners last. So again, you can see how I'm angling my blade downwards. This helps it sit back just ever so slightly from that edge. There's probably some dirt in there. It sounds like it at least. Okay, take our time with the corners. It's the trickier part. You want super, super, super sharp blades to do this. So fresh blade, most important. Okay, come around those corners. Okay, that should be good. We'll remove this slowly. I'm gonna still hit this with some heat, but we're good. Just to finish it up, but it's not gonna shrink the material down. It might just relax the edges slightly. But that light is done. And I did not have to do this wet installation, which would take longer because I'm gonna have to wait for it to dry. Well, kind of. You can cut on the light itself, but for those of you who don't like doing that, you might wanna wait for it to dry. Because you can't cut with a wet edge. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. Cool. So that came out looking really clear. Let's do the other light over here. Okay, got my slip solution ready. It's just, again, baby shampoo and distilled filtered water. Slip the surface. Okay, my piece is already cut, so I'm gonna grab that. Now these lights are taller than 8 inches. Otherwise I would have been able to divide, this is a 30-inch long light. I would have been able to divide it if they were shorter than 8 inches. So I had to cut into the roll with this particular set of lights twice, which eats up a bit more material than other lights. Okay, so we're gonna take that, we're just gonna place it there. Not as vulnerable as clear PPF, so those of you who are like, oh yeah, clear PPF, you just pull in a bunch of debris. Yes, you would with clear PPF. So you want to keep everything super wet with clear PPF. This is not going to show any lint or anything like that. There might be some there. There probably isn't though. Pretty careful. Okay. So we can see where the complexity of the light ends up happening, which is right over here. What do I want to do here? Well, we should tack the light, but first of all, I'm going to slip the light or slip the film. And then I have tack solution right here. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and tack it to the PPF that's there, but we'll see how it goes. You want a PPF squeegee for this. It can be tricky to get it tacked to PPF that's already there. I actually feel like that's pretty good. Let's give it a pull and see how it goes. Oh yeah, we're solid. Look how easy this is to stretch, okay? It's beautiful. Like, I don't have to use a heat gun for this. Okay, so I just wanted to find how much stretch I needed. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna find how much stretch we need just to get it around. And then we're gonna let it come back. We're gonna tack it, pre-tack it. Lots and lots of tack solutions. Lots of fizzy bubbles, okay? Pull it across. Keep your hand over top. And oops, wrong squeegee. We have a recess here. I'm going to show you how to do that, but let's get in here. Yeah, that was beyond easy. Got to finish up the top here. There we go. Okay, firm pressure. As long as you use a silicone squeegee, this will be no problem. You won't damage the material. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is let's squeegee some of that out. Let's get some of that out there. Super clear. These look amazing, actually. This looks way better than PVC or vinyl, like infinitely better. I'm not even sure if you can see the difference, but go check out another video. And this is like 0 scratches, incredibly glossy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna load this area up. Tack solution. We're gonna get in there. We can create suction here, as long as you get a good seal. There we go. Okay, so this is all done right here. And just lifting from the edge to let the fluid out. Wow, this was beyond easy. Okay, so over here, I'm just gonna lift that edge up because the trunk looks like it sits out a little farther than the light, which is causing this to sort of bubble up there. So I just want that down. Cool, let's lift up here. Make sure we're down to all the edges. And then before I move on to the other side, we're gonna tack everything. So I'm gonna throw a bit more tack in there. Cool, let this relax. Great, I have a bubble right here. So we're gonna lift that up. It's okay, it's still very wet. It actually sticks better. Like I didn't sit here and babysit it at all. It sticks better than the actual Color Fusion. It's got some good grab to it. Wow. I'm impressed. Like I'm not sitting here babysitting it. It goes down when I want it to go down. I'm getting a couple of bubbles there. There we go. Anytime you lift it, you usually want to wet it or just make sure that there is a slip or a tack solution there, one or the other. Okay, let's flush out the edges. Tack solution. Cool, let's get the top. Good. Okay, so we flushed out pretty much all the slip. I can't even believe this tucks in there like that right now. Like it's sticking when I'm not expecting it to, which is great. Again, I'm not sitting here babysitting this. Let's do a relief cut here so you can see the bottom. Let's make sure I'm below where I need to be. You notice I didn't mask anything? You don't really need to when you're doing wet install. Cool, so that sits a little bit better now. Now you can see better. We can just move on to the other side. That was that easy. I'm gonna trim this up right after. So I'm gonna go to the other side. We're gonna trim that other side up right after. Let's do here. And this is gonna take no time, obviously, because the other side took no time. Got my piece already cut as well. So slip solution. I just have to trim that piece back a little bit. It's a little bit tall. So might as well save it, save your scraps, because you can tint side markers and fog lights and all kinds of other stuff with it. Let's keep our slip solution right here on the floor. Let's keep our tack solution over here as well. So I will then same thing here. You try and keep yourself away from it. There we go. As soon as you wet it, you'll basically discharge the static. Will help. Okay. General placement, cool. Lands in the right spot. Slip the surface. Again, same deal. We're going to tack. We just want to make sure we're obviously long enough, far enough. Let's get in a little bit closer there. There we go. So I will go here. Tack that so it holds. So we don't want to tack the light itself. We want to tack the outer area. This will prevent a pole line / glue line that could happen if you tack. I can't even believe how well this sticks. Like this is on there and that's already PPF there. That's crazy. All right, so I'm not sitting here babysitting it. But yes, you don't want to tack the light itself so you don't get a pole line in the light. Right now, it's not tacked on the light, it's tacked here and here. So again, I already kind of know how hard I have to pull. So we'll just get an idea again. Cool, so something like that. Pre-tack this, get it set up. Keep your squeegee with you. Okay. Keep it tight, snug, whatever. Hand over top. And we can go this way, it doesn't matter. Oh man, I got something underneath it. Okay, we're gonna lift that up ASAP. We're gonna flush that out. I didn't even know there's a rock. Something, okay, that's okay. Let's get slip under here. Cool, we're gonna put that back down. I don't know where a rock came from, that's crazy. It's already pulled tight, so I'm not even worried about it. Again, I'm not sitting here babysitting this. This sticks. Like even without tack solution, I didn't put tack solution there, it's staying. Okay. So again, you know, small stuff you get impressed by when you're a rapper, when you're wrapping stuff. I wasn't expecting it to honestly be that easy. I thought I was gonna have to babysit it a little bit to get it to stick, especially like in the recess here. Like this is a pretty decent pocket. And I have tension pulling across and it still went down in more or less one shot. Okay, tack solution in there. A little more slip on the surface. Again, make sure that we're good all the way through there. Cool. And then we're gonna come through. Oh. Okay, I made a mistake, so we're gonna lift that back up. You get your hands under it too. When it's wet, you're good to go. Okay, I made a mistake there. That was my fault. I wasn't thorough enough. Just the awkward angle on this side is different than the other side. Same thing again. Okay, it's still very wet underneath. I'm not that worried about it. Hey, that piece is still there. How'd that get there still? What is that? Oh, I know what it was. It's the two-sided tape from the emblem that I was cleaning up to reinstall the SL550 emblem. And somehow it got on the material because I had it on the table. Okay, squeegee out the rest. Let's get more tack solution under here. Yeah, different sides give you different challenges. It's not like this is over the top hard. Is there a bubble there? Can't tell. I don't think so. It's just the light underneath it. Yeah, the way you work from side to side is going to be a little bit different because you're just used to pulling certain direction and hand placement and so forth. So this side didn't go as easily for me personally as the other side, but again, I'm not worried about it because we're all good. This just stays the hell down. Unbelievable. Like it's wet and it just stays. Okay, we're gonna tack the top as well. Get all up in there. Flush that edge out. Zero swirl marks, like nothing. And there will never be any because it'll always heal out when it goes through a car wash or after it goes through a car wash or whatever. It's always going to heal out. I had a small bubble on the edge there. There. Okay, so let's go back to the other side. Trim it out. We'll give this side a moment to dry. Let's just give it a wipe off to make sure that it looks good. It's hard to tell sometimes. Good. Let's go to the other side and trim it up. Okay, so same concept as the third brake light. I'm going to snap a blade off just to make sure I have a fresh blade so it cuts as sharp as possible. You can either cut on the light or, again, keep tension on it when you do this. This is really important. It is the only way to cut it while it's wet. It's actually stuck down so nicely that I probably don't even have to keep tension on it, but I will anyways, because this is my first time installing this. I have not touched this. I've had this for a couple of weeks, and I have not touched it at all. I only checked it to see if it was hybrid, like it was claimed to be. So wet and dry installation, and that was it. Wow, you can never finish a PPF lights like this fast, not wet apply. I don't even know how this is possible right now. You can if you cut on the light, but we're not even cutting on the light. If you were cutting, right now if you were cutting wet apply and this wasn't sticking properly, what would happen is your blade would jump. It would start skipping, and it would cause a frayed / jagged looking edge. And you don't want that because it looks really bad. I don't even have to keep this tight. It's tight already. Like it's glued down or dried already. I don't know, one of the two. I don't know how it's possible, but it is. Something I've never experienced. Even with the color change, it is hybrid, like color fusion, but it doesn't, you can't just go and cut the edges like this that quickly. It's been minutes. Yeah, that's pretty much done. Let's do the other side. Might as well not waste any time. Let's get right over here. See how that goes. It's been about 3 minutes that this has been drying for. And I'm just keeping tension because it's force of habit. And I just feel more comfortable, but I don't think that I need to. We did kind of prove that along the bottom edge there, as long as your blade's sharp. Damn. That is wild. All right, bottom piece. This will be in your way for a second here. Actually, let's go this way. That'll still be in your way. That little sound you heard there is just me puncturing through at the edge. So this might be, I mean, these lights are pretty easy, but that's 3 lights done in a matter of minutes. So when this dries more, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it with a heat gun and just go over the edges with either my finger in a glove or the buffer side of my squeegee and clean it up just slightly. That's it. Let's get the camera back. It's not even got me in it, but that's the before and the after. And this is perfect, the perfect color for this. Like it just ties it right in. He wanted to maybe go with a dark smoke, and I'm like, I feel like there's too much contrast. You know, even though there's gloss black down there, I think it's just too much contrast with the dark smoke there. I think this is the way to go. Guys, that's all 3 lights, dry installation, wet installation, wrapped with VViViD's new PPF headlight taillight tint. Again, disclaimer here, this is not legal in most places. Do at your own risk. Most people don't care. It's up to you. I've run with tinted taillights for years. Guys, if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and like. If you want to see more in-depth how to vinyl wrap videos, check out my website, ckwraps.com. Open forum discussion board as always. And of course, training. All links to the products are in the description below. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. Take care.